As the new year begins, we continue reading for the future. The Children's Reading Foundation of the Mid-Columbia has shared the top 5 reasons why reading books with your children daily is essential. Well, 1, it improves brain function. 2, it reduces stress. 3, reading every day can improve your state of mind, so self-esteem, and also helps children become more empathetic. 4, studies also show that spending 20 minutes a day can actually help you live longer and sleep better throughout the night. And 5, reading aloud to children has a lasting impact and can help children improve their vocabulary and also bond with family members as they spend quality time reading. For book suggestions or to learn more about the science behind reading 20 minutes a day with your children, visit yaktranews.com. 3 Washington GOP legislators used taxpayer money to attend a cybersecurity and election fraud symposium in August, led by MyPillow CEO Mike Lindell. Public records released to the Seattle Times shows that Brad Clippard of Tri-Cities, Robert Sutherland of Granite Falls, and Vicki Kraft of Vancouver all requested and received expense reimbursements from the legislature for the symposium, a total of about $4,300. Representative Clippard says he's justified using the money as he went on behalf of his voters.
I am seeking the truth in this matter. Those who elect me to office expect that I would work for them, that I would be truthful and honest, and when they cast a vote, they want their vote to count, and they want to know that their election process is secure.
And looking at the data, again, Biden won the 2020 election with 306 electoral votes to Trump's 232, drawing more than 7 million votes nationally. There's still no evidence that the 2020 election was stolen. And right now we're going to take a live look at Snoqualmie Summit and the camera view you can see there. So far, no snow falling from the sky, but definitely on the ground. Brianna Berman-Solo, our chief meteorologist, is tracking a big storm that's coming into our region today. We'll have more. Also coming up, we're digging out of days of snow and extreme cold. If you're stuck on the side of the road, what drivers need to know and what you need to have in your vehicle. Up next.
Oh my gosh, we are so blessed to have had Richard Allen come our way, and then to watch him teach to our special needs population. It's just really beautiful.
I had never been exposed to, personally with disabled children and adults before. And the rewards from being able to use something I know really well to help someone else, the easiest could be.
Please tell us a story of someone you believe is making an impact. It's a Monday Night Football doubleheader special this Saturday. First at noon, Kansas City battles Denver. Then at 4:30, the Dallas Cowboys take on Philadelphia. A Monday Night Football doubleheader special this Saturday on Cap KVUE.
Waitress, the hit Broadway musical with songs by Grammy Award winner Sarah Bareilles, is a little slice of heaven. New York Magazine calls it sweet, sassy, passionate, and delightful. Waitress, the hilarious hit Broadway musical. Order up.
Coming to the Rutter & Company Theater in the Toyota Center, January 11th. Tickets available at Ticketmaster.com or the Toyota Center box office.
It's time to take your place in the center ring during Legends Casino Hotel's 200,000 High-Low Showdown. Happening now. Use your Legends Rewards card to earn entries and your shot at the title. 2 players will be selected each hour from 6 to 9 p.m. every Thursday. Pick more correct high-low cards than your opponent and claim $5,000. Go the distance and select 10 cards in a row to claim an additional $1,000. It's time to bring your A game to Legends Casino Hotel for the 200,000 High-Low Showdown. It's all within winning distance.
Wait a minute, it's a new game! Oh my God.
Everyone stand back. It'll be done soon.
I can't breathe.
The embarrassment never ends.
The Raptors are brought to you by Triple Play, where you can bowl, blast, climb, and play in Raptor Reef Indoor Water Park. Plus, it's all attached to a cozy hotel.
We have a new game next week.
Stan, come on, you're gonna hold something.
Where's the most mouth-watering pizza and best salad bar in town? Well, Hubby's Pizza, of course. And with a lunch special starting as low as only $10 for a 2-topping Pee-wee pizza and medium drink, why go anywhere else? Delicious, mouth-watering food made with only the freshest ingredients. It's lunchtime and I'm going to Hubby's Pizza. a hometown favorite for nearly 45 years.
KV Plus, your ticket to Cap KV local news on your phone, Apple TV, Roku, and Fire TV. Cap KV Plus. Search Cap KV, then download the Cap KV Plus app now. The Cap KV mobile apps are powered by Valley Mall.
So excited?
Live with Kelly and Ryan. Today at 9 on Cap KV.
As kids' COVID-19 cases skyrocket, there's a battle brewing, schools versus the virus. We're taking a closer look at how the return to school is being handled around the country.
And break out the ice scrapers. We have plenty of it in the Tri-Cities after freezing rain moved through overnight. This is all ahead of a big winter storm bringing snow overnight through tomorrow.
From Cap KV Local News, this is Good Morning Northwest.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Amanda Mason.
I'm Brianna Berman-Solo. Ahead of a big winter storm, we have delays and closures to talk about.
We absolutely do, and we actually have a couple this morning. Milton Freewater Unified School District has a 2-hour delay. Pendleton School District, two-hour delay, along with Kennewick, Pasco, and Richland. So we're constantly updating that as it comes into the newsroom. We have a line or a list on our screen as well as on our website, yaktranews.com. So stay safe out there on the roads, especially this afternoon because you're tracking a huge storm.
Yeah, and we have team coverage this morning. Facebook, we also have a post pinned with the school delays and closures, also the warnings I'm about to show you. We'll take a look right now at the mountain pass conditions, and chains are required to get over Snoqualmie Pass. If you do not have an all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive vehicle, Stevens Pass, light snow, chains required. White Pass, traction tires are required. And Cabbage Hill, make sure you're carrying those chains with you. I-84 over the Blues, open this morning. Now, this may change. Closures expected by law enforcement officials, by our transportation officials across the state, in Washington, I should say, both states and Oregon, preparing you now for this major winter storm that is just beginning to the west. We'll see dry conditions through the morning hours in the lower elevations, and then by 12 o'clock, a winter storm warning goes into effect for Yakima Valley, Kittitas Valley. We will see snow continuing to spread across the mid-Columbia. We are seeing poor visibility right now. This is mostly snow because of the snow over the Blues and the Cascades, a little bit of fog as well. So Tri-Cities, once this, or I should say 1 o'clock today, I said noon earlier, but 1 o'clock today, that's when our winter storm warnings and advisories go into effect for the mid-Columbia, continuing through tomorrow morning. Tri-Cities, overnight, you'll see 2 to 6 inches of snow, this all beginning at 1 o'clock today. Yakima Valley 4 to 12 inches, up to a foot possible. Walla Walla 1 to 3 inches. Pendleton 2 to 5 inches starting this afternoon. Amanda?
Thanks, Brianna. And as she just mentioned, we're tracking a big winter storm warning for our region. Neil Fisher live in studio with a look at some traffic conditions this morning. Neil?
That's right. Snow and freezing rain will likely spell trouble for drivers across the region this morning and tomorrow. We're taking a live look at traffic this morning on WashDOT's website. You should expect some traffic if you're headed to the west side, especially on I-90. In fact, WashDOT officials are already anticipating closures for Snoqualmie Pass as a result. In a tweet, they asked commuters to delay their travel plans for the next 72 hours if possible to avoid extreme weather conditions. Walla Walla County has been dealing with some serious snow drifts. The sheriff's office sent out this picture warning drivers that have left their vehicles on the side of the road that they need to pick them up as soon as possible. They say crews are ready to start clearing some of those county roads. The sheriff's office will be trying to contact owners as much as they can, but if they can't get a hold of you, they'll have to call a tow company, which could leave you with an expensive bill. The risk of driving through winter weather is obvious. However, the Benton County Sheriff's Office has made a few suggestions about what items you should think about having in your car. Items include things like an ice scraper, blankets and warm clothes, flashlights, first aid kit, windshield cleaner, and water. Officials say if you must get on the road, preparation is key with returning safely to your destination. And have you seen any snowplows recently? We saw a few in Kennewick. Many were along the main routes like Canal Drive. This one was on a side street moving snow and ice off the roadway. The city of Kennewick says they have 8 plows out and cover over 800 lane miles for snow removal.
And we're also in the middle of an alarming increase in children's COVID-19 cases, and more kids are being hospitalized with the virus than ever before. begging the question, back to school or stay at home? More than 3,200 schools across America have decided to go remotely or delay kids' return from winter break. But health experts say kids are better off in a classroom with their peers as long as it's done safely.
We need our children to be in schools. I think the term distance learning is like a contradiction in terms.
We need to get our children back at all costs.
And that's what the vast majority of schools throughout the country are doing. But just because kids can be in school doesn't mean that there's enough staff there.
Did you have a substitute teacher today?
Yes. She actually sent out a text message saying that she has COVID and she's getting over it.
We have about 42 schools that have about 20% of their staff out.
We are getting to a point where that is a tremendous strain.
At last check, there's still no word on schools in the Tri-Cities region switching to remote learning. But this brings us to our poll question of the day, brought to you by MeTV. We want to know from you, should schools return to remote learning? The results are live right now. You can cast your vote by downloading our CapKV Plus app or going online to yaktranews.com/vote. And also, student athletes across Washington will now be participating in further COVID testing. Close contact sports such as basketball, wrestling, and dance will now require students to get tested 3 times a week rather than 2, regardless of their vaccination status. One of those 3 tests has to happen no sooner than the day before a team's game. Ideally, the WIAA would like to see athletes take these tests the same day of the game. But schools throughout the state will be using rapid tests and can expect results back in about 10 minutes.
Being able to test and being able to compete and being able to participate in activities is a little more normal than it has been. So we're working more toward our way to normal by being able to test and have students, be in practice with masks off, be in competitions with masks off, and just kind of continue more normal school activities.
Schools are required to have a response and communication plan in place if students test positive. This plan must account for communication with staff, families, their school district, and their local health jurisdiction. Good morning, Northwest will return in just a moment, but we're seeing more from Chief Meteorologist Brianna Berman-Solo on this winter storm moving into our region today.
We're looking at the satellite the radar from last night at 11 o'clock when that freezing rain moved through. As we advance the clock, you can see dry right now, but a major snowstorm moving in. We'll update you on when the snow begins coming up.
Plus, the winter weather didn't stop some animals at the DC Zoo from having fun. We're talking about that in your trending news up next.
Let's make it a New Year's resolution to do all that we can to get rid of these viruses.
Does your bath or shower need a remodel? Bathfitter can do it all. We'll remove your existing fiberglass tub or shower and replace it with a custom crafted shower or soaker tub. All made in America at our state-of-the-art factory. We rebuild your walls with new drywall and install a custom-made tub or shower with seamless walls in as little as 1 day. All work is guaranteed and built to last. Call your locally owned Bathfitter store now to book your free in-home estimate or visit bathfitter.com.
Tired of using the cup holder for your phone? Introducing the CupCall Phone Mount, a brand new next-generation phone stand that fits right in your vehicle's cup holder. Just drop it in and twist for a custom fit every time. The secret is the rubberized holders at the base that, with just a twist, contract or expand to lock it in place. The adjustable holder ratchets down on any size device until the button is pressed to release the phone. CupCall adjusts up or down and swivels left or right. Plus, the open bottom means easy access for charger cables. Get CupCall for just $19.99. But wait, call right now and you can double the offer. Plus, you can get a 10-pack of Air Police 4 face masks. Just pay separate fee, and we'll even ship it to you free. This is a TV-only offer that is not available on Amazon. So call or click now.
Call 1-800-374-3084. That's 1-800-374-3084. Or visit getcupcall.com. So call 1-800-374-3084 now.
tonight, ABC's ready to take off with comedy that's new in 22.
Enter the Pleasure Dome.
With Goldberg, Barry Goldberg.
I have a license to Snuggie.
A Loving Wonder Years.
I want everyone to know how special you are. Roll those eyes again and I make sure they get stuck that way.
A Retro Connors.
Wait up. You sure? What if I become too groovy?
And a mysterious home economics.
It's gonna be so fun.
It's all new tonight on ABC and stream on Hulu. It's a Monday Night Football doubleheader special this Saturday. First at noon, Kansas City battles Denver. Then at 4:30, the Dallas Cowboys take on Philadelphia. A Monday Night Football doubleheader special this Saturday on Cap KVU.
Make a snowflake. Everybody's doing it. That is an unconventional snowflake.
Next live, Oliver Hudson screams David Arquette, plus Resolutions Week.
Today at 9 on Cap KVU.
Welcome back. The Smithsonian's National Zoo in Washington, D.C. was officially closed on Monday and Tuesday.
But its critters welcomed the new year. Here they go with several snow days all to themselves.
And these are so cute. These pandas are slipping and sliding and frolicking, enjoying the winter wonderland, if only just barely. Haha.
You have
barely.
You have a puppy at home. Does Bandit enjoy
he
the snow
does.
when it's
Yeah.
not so icy?
Yeah, well, even the ice, he tries to eat it. So he came in with an icicle the other day because I knocked all the icicle down. They were so big that I was afraid that if they started melting, they might hurt him if he's outside,
Like a
dog
Christmas
mom.
story.
Yeah,
Yes.
right. And so, yeah, he brought an icicle in and that's what he chewed on.
All right. Did you do double take, thinking that was maybe a bone and it was an icicle?
I did. At first I was like, what is he gnawing on? And then I was like, oh, an icicle.
It's just water. It's
He
fine.
loves ice. So there you go. I don't know if all of us love ice.
No.
Especially driving on it. So
Yes, use caution this morning. Many of our major streets in the Tri-Cities actually looking okay with the de-icer on the roads from the past week, but you'll want to definitely prepare for snow coming in this afternoon. The later the evening gets, the more snow we're going to see. 2 to 6 inches possible in the Tri-Cities by tomorrow morning.
Plus, COVID is starting to have an effect on some of your favorite talk shows, so we're talking about that in your entertainment news up next.
Smoke City for Less is your one-stop shop in Kennewick, Richland, Pasco, and Hermiston. We have the lowest prices in town and have the largest selection of vape mods, the best batteries, tobacco products, kratom, and specialty products too. We have something for everyone, and saving money is more important than ever now. So save today on the largest selection. We're open 7 days a week with 4 locations. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition. Smoke City for Less. Practice safe procedures to ensure the safety against COVID-19. Shop local. Stay safe.
New year, new wonder years. Celebrate the return of this smart, warm, nostalgic comedy.
I want everyone to know how special you are. Roll those eyes again and I make sure they get stuck that way.
The Wonder Years, new tonight on ABC.
With 7 locations spanning 4 counties across central Washington, at Merit Resource Services, your road to recovery is within reach. Merit Resource Services. Recovery for all.
Kelly paid over $21,000 in credit card debt with the help of Consolidated Credit. They enrolled her into a debt management program that cut Kelly's payments by more than half. Consolidated Credit worked with her creditors to reduce her interest rates so she could pay off all her debt fast. Call 800-315-0408 for a free consultation. 800-315-0408. That's 800-315-0408.
You love to help others. You need a solid career. You can have it all with help from Charter College. Our 10-month medical assistant program prepares you to work in healthcare settings like physician offices, rehab centers, and clinics. You'll learn to take patient vitals, assist with exams, administer injections, and maintain medical records. When you're ready to launch a rewarding healthcare career, visit chartercollege.edu because we work to get you to work.
We can't help what you do before you go to bed, but we can make sure the sleep is solid once you finally get there. And during the final days of the New Year's Super Sale at Denver Mattress, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Or purchase a Tempur-Pedic and get a $300 gift. Check out the Summit Firm for only $249.99, plus 5 years no interest and free shipping. Here's to 365 nights of better sleep. Happy New Year from Denver Mattress.
Next ET, Paris Jackson on her twisted new role.
I think it's just really cool. It's just flipping the narrative.
Plus, our exclusive with Sophia Bush, next ET.
Tonight at 7 on Cap KView.
A portion of the news is sponsored by Fred's Appliance.
Now, Cap KView First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Brianna Berman-Solo.
Welcome back, everyone. Watch for ice this morning, then snow later today as a winter storm heads our way. We're dealing with ice from freezing rain overnight in the Tri-Cities, and some of you saw a light dusting of snow overnight as well. Winter storm approaches. We have advisories and warnings out across the map as cold, slick, and dangerous conditions at times are in store starting at 1 o'clock today and continuing until 12 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. That's when we see our warnings go into effect for the areas shaded in pink. Kittitas, Yakima Valleys, you'll see anywhere from a foot to possibly more than that of snow, with the lower estimates in the 4-inch range for the Yakima Valley. Again, closer to a foot in Yakima and Toppenish in the higher estimates. Looking at Tri-Cities, Prosser, Walla Walla, you're under a winter weather advisory. Once that snow begins this afternoon, we'll see the potential for up to 6 inches of snow across the lower elevations east of Yakima, and the foothills of the Blues will see about 1 to 3 inches of new snow overnight. So the winter storm warning that goes into effect this afternoon, that's because of this big system headed our way that's already bringing light snowfall over the mountain passes. Right now, passes are open, but we are tracking that heavy mountain snow, bringing 2 feet of snow to the Cascades in the highest terrain and more than a foot possible across the Blues. Definitely cold enough right now to see some of that snow. We're seeing teens and 20s to the west along the Blues and the foothills here. We're seeing 20s and 30s just above freezing right now in Pendleton. 28 degrees your current temperature in the Tri-Cities. So the ice from the freezing rain overnight sticks around. Prepare for slick conditions this morning. It is dry right now. After the lunchtime hour, we see the snow begin either as a wintry mix of rain and snow in the lower elevations, or starting as snow, continuing before a switch over to rain early tomorrow morning. That's why you see lower estimates here, where we see that switch over by 7 o'clock tomorrow morning to rain. If we see freezing rain, we'll add ice to the mix as well. We do not want that. We will see temperatures, though, warming up nicely to melt off a lot of the snow in Tri-Cities over to Yakima. And Yakima, you're looking at, again, up to a foot of snow. Higher amounts to the west and in the higher terrain as well. We'll see up to 2 feet in just 24 hours over the Cascades. The Blues getting close to that as well. The Futurecast shows you that 3 to 6 inches happening once we hit the afternoon hours, evening drive, accumulating in the Tri-Cities, Hanford, Prosser, overnight through early tomorrow morning. And the blue on your screen, that is snow that the computer models predict will continue as snow until at least 3 a.m. tomorrow, when we see freezing rain potential for everyone. So watch for ice, use caution, even stay off the roads very early tomorrow morning if you can. Then the silver lining here is rain comes in, will continue throughout the day, warm things up into the 40s tomorrow, melting off some of the snow and ice we've seen over the past 7 days, hanging around, drying out for the weekend. Yakima, your winter storm warning goes into effect at 1 o'clock today. Amanda?
Thanks, Brianna. We're taking a look at your entertainment news. Jimmy Fallon revealed on social media he contracted COVID-19 late last year. The Tonight Show host wrote on Instagram that he tested positive for the first day of the show's holiday break. Fallon said that his crew told him his test results in an isolated room. He says he only experienced mild symptoms from the virus and noted he had been vaccinated and received the booster shot. Also, The View hosts are working remotely after Whoopi Goldberg tested positive for COVID-19. Co-host Joy Behar told viewers that the case is mild so far since Goldberg has been vaccinated and boosted. Now, she said that Goldberg should be back next week. Production should return to normal then. Fellow panelists Sunny Hostin, Sarah Haynes, and guest host Anna Navarro were also on air remotely. Well, catalytic converter thefts are on the rise across the country, but there are ways to keep your car protected. ABC's Gio Benitez has the details.
In this morning's GMA First Look, you're looking at a brazen robbery, not to steal your car, but to steal a car part. In broad daylight, these two jump out of a van, targeting a catalytic converter on a Toyota Prius. A neighbor recording and chasing them away with a blowtorch. Just days ago in Washington State, a couple catching a group of thieves under their van.
And one of them pulled a gun and shot it in the air. They finished up and then left a couple minutes later.
This incident happening last spring shows just how quickly these criminals can tear it out.
It's a lucrative business.
On average, police say thieves can make up to $300 per converter. The precious metals in the catalytic converters soaring in value, now worth more than gold. And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll tell you how to keep your car protected. With your GMA First Look, I'm Gio Benitez, ABC News, New York.
Why hide your skin if Dupixent has your moderate to severe eczema or atopic dermatitis under control?
Hide our skin, not us.
Because Dupixent targets a root cause of eczema, it helps heal your skin from within, keeping you one step ahead of it. And for kids ages 6 and up, that means clearer skin and noticeably less itch.
Hide my skin? Not me.
By helping to control eczema with Dupixent, you can change how their skin looks and feels. And that's the kind of change you notice.
Hide my skin? Not me.
Don't use if you're allergic to Dupixent. Serious allergic reactions can occur, including anaphylaxis, which is severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems, such as eye pain or vision changes, or a parasitic infection. If you take asthma medicines, don't change or stop them without talking to your doctor. When you help heal your skin from within, you can show more with less eczema. Talk to your child's eczema specialist about Dupixent, a breakthrough eczema treatment.
Now, the morning sprint.
We have full team coverage as we're tracking a major winter weather storm. Brianna will have your full forecast coming up. But first, let's send it straight to Neil Fisher.
Snow and freezing rain will likely spell trouble for drivers across the region this morning and tomorrow. We're taking a live look at traffic this morning on WashDOT's website. You should expect some traffic if you're headed to the west side, especially on I-90. In fact, WashDOT officials are already anticipating closures for Snoqualmie Pass as a result. In a tweet, they asked commuters to delay their travel plans for the next 72 hours if possible to avoid extreme weather conditions. Walla Walla County has been dealing with some serious snow drifts. The sheriff's office sent out this picture warning drivers that have left their vehicles on the side of the road that they need to pick them up as soon as possible. They say crews are ready to start clearing some of those county roads. The sheriff's office will be trying to contact owners as much as they can, but if they can't get a hold of you, they'll have to call a tow company, which could leave you with an expensive bill.
And the risk of driving through winter weather, it's obvious. The Benton County Sheriff's Office has made a few suggestions about the items that you should have in your car if you do need to get out on the roads. Items include things like an ice scraper, blankets and warm clothes, flashlights, first aid kits, windshield cleaner, water and snacks, along with needed medication just in case you get stranded or stuck in your car. Officials say that if you must get on the road, preparation is key with returning safely to your destination.
More than 1 million cases in one day. That's the new coronavirus record for the United States as the Omicron variant continues to spread. What's more concerning, though, is that the number of people in the hospital is going up once again. Last year, the most people hospitalized in one day was more than 142,000. Yesterday, we had more than 103,000 in the hospital nationwide. Right before a COVID-19 briefing, President Biden repeated his plea for everyone to get vaccinated.
What we know is this: the impact from the rising cases depends on the effect on the person based on whether that person what their vaccination status is. You can control how big an impact Omicron is going to have on your health if you get Omicron.
The CDC has once again changed its guidance for dealing with COVID-19. Last week, health officials announced if you don't have symptoms, you only need to isolate for 5 days after testing positive, not 10, because they say you're much less contagious after the first few days fighting the virus. Now they're saying if you have access to a rapid test, you should take it after 5 days and see if you still test positive.
And we're in the middle of an alarming increase in children's COVID-19 cases, and more kids are being hospitalized with the virus than ever before, begging the question, back to school or stay at home? More than 3,200 schools across America decided to go back to remote or delayed kids return from winter break. But health experts say kids are better off in the classroom with their peers as long as it's done safely.
We need our children to be in schools. I think the term distance learning is like a contradiction in terms.
We need to get our children back at all costs.
And that's what a vast majority of schools throughout the country are doing. But just because kids can be in school doesn't mean there's enough staff there.
Did you have a substitute teacher today?
Yes. She actually sent out a text message saying that she has COVID and she's getting over it.
We have about 42 schools that have about 20% of their staff out.
We are getting to a point where that is a tremendous strain.
And at last check, there was no word on schools in the Tri-Cities region switching to remote learning.
And so this brings us to the results of our poll question of the day, brought to you by MeTV. We asked you, should schools return to remote learning? Looks like most of you answered no. Thanks for weighing in.
The CDC is updating their recommendation for when people can receive booster shots, shortening the interval from 6 months to 5 months for people who received the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine. This means that people can now receive a booster shot 5 months after completing their Pfizer-BioNTech primary series. Well, the booster interval recommendation for the J&J vaccine and the Moderna vaccine has not changed.
16 years after a horrific diving accident, a Pasco man is working on becoming a lawyer. Climaco Abarca was just 15 when he became a quadriplegic after he dove into the Snake River and became paralyzed. After years of setbacks, surgeries, and hard work, he's finally well enough to be a student at WSU Tri-Cities while working from home as a contact tracer. His goal, to become a lawyer.
Maybe I can help other people. So I am looking for either injury or immigration because there's a lot of that here.
Abarca says his family members who are migrant workers, and he'd like to help people like them or individuals who may be situations like he was years ago. You can hear his full story at yaktrinews.com.
And we are tracking a major winter storm, the biggest of the season so far. You'll hear us talk about these winter storm warnings and advisories as we look at these storms beginning by 1 o'clock today. We'll see a wintry mix to start in the Tri-Cities, in Prosser. In the lower elevations, you'll see mostly a rain-snow mix, if not freezing rain, so watch for that this evening. Yakima, Toppenish, where the winter storm warning is in place, you'll see mostly snow to start, a little bit colder temperatures. Everyone looking at snow by sundown, and that snow will continue across Washington and Oregon overnight. Our Legend Skycam network showing you icy conditions after freezing rain in the Tri-Cities overnight. Yakima got a light dusting of snow. Watch for ice this morning, but you also saw dry conditions there. Very light snow right now over Snoqualmie Pass. Travel okay, but chains are required. The passes are open, but this could all change throughout the day today as we see this heavy snow moving in, up to 2 feet of new snow in the mountains. White Pass, snowing, traction tires required. Stevens Pass right now, light snow, chains required, and I-84 over the Blues open. Chains, carry them with you today. We're looking at snow, again, picking up over the west, right now dry as we wait for the snow to move in. Winter advisories, storm warnings go into effect at 1 o'clock. Right now, cold enough for snow. We're in the teens and 20s. We'll see those snow estimates, again, anywhere from 3 to 6 inches in the Tri-Cities, up to 2 feet in the mountains.
Thanks, Brianna, and we'll keep you updated. Also, 2-hour delay for Kennewick, Pasco, Richland, and Milton Freewater and Pendleton school districts. Stay safe out there, and we'll keep you updated at yaktrinews.com.
Is your bathroom looking old and worn out? Want to update it, but you don't know where to start? Then let BCI Bath & Shower show you how to turn that old bath into an aisle of beauty and functionality.
Remodeling our bathroom was a big decision for us.
They didn't make a mess out of our house at all. And at the end of the day, we had a beautiful new bathroom.
For a limited time, be one of the first 100 callers who schedule a free in-home consultation and receive $500 off. Factory-trained and certified installers made in the USA and discounts for seniors and military.
So they're real? I think.
The one on the right is. Not sure about the other.
One on the right totally is.
They probably have no idea we can easily hear them. No idea. You're wrong. I'm the real one.
Whoa.
Okay, that's the real one.
The Raptors are brought to you by Triple Play, where you can bowl, blast,